Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
What is up? What is up? What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Once again, it is that time to get in this place called sports. In the sports world, I am your man, Jelani JB Bodie, host of this thing called the Wait a Minute Show. And we are back once again to, like I said, talk about sports, right? But before we do all of that, let's make sure we get everything out of the way. You know, subscriptions, subscribe, notifications, follow the show, look at the show, comment on the show, send an email to the show, whatever. Share it. Make sure you're doing that, right? Each and every time, right? So we got a lot of football news to talk about. NBA is kicking off, so we'll get into that a little bit as well. And at the end, I'm just over it. So I'll tell you what I'm over at the end of the show. I'm not doing it no more. Just not. But my man Mo is here, back in the building once again. What's up, Mo? Look at him.
What's up, JB?
I'm good, bro. I am.
What's up,
good.
JB? Hey, Dak Prescott is having his Deshaun Watson moment. So I'm feeling pretty good this morning.
Oh, wow.
This evening, I'm sorry. It's been a long day.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, you gonna disagree with me?
That's where you going, right?
After that performance, yeah. That's where I'm going. I felt sorry for Dak Prescott before last night.
No, you didn't.
I did. I really did. That's another conversation for another time. Maybe we can get into it when we talk football, but
yeah, y'all need it.
I actually felt sorry for him.
Yeah. I highly doubt that coming from you.
Yeah, well. It's over. The pity party is over for Dak.
Yeah. It's yeah. But you know what's not over?
What's that?
And it's just beginning. I'm going to just give everybody a heads up because it's coming this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. The Wait a Minute Show Toy Drive is going to be kicking off this weekend. So keep out on the looks for all of that. You just go to the website, thewaitaminuteshow.com. I just tell you real quick, man. We sponsor kids ages 1 through 18, right? They put it on the list, what they want for the holiday, and we go out there and get it for them and make it happen. Just that simple. But that is done by donations by you, the people out there, to make this happen for these kids. Goes to a nonprofit organization called Helping Hands of Paulding County. So all the kids, we did 22 last year, trying to do more. Let's double it. As a matter of fact, let's beat doubling and let's try and get to 50. But be on the lookout for that. It's kicking off November 1st. It's going to be going through all of November into December as well. So you'll hear me talking a lot about it because it's something that's really important to me to end the year on a good note and actually, end the year on a good note for some kids. So you'll hear me talking about it.
love the kids. JB love the kids. Awesome.
JB love the kids. Yep. Oh, more than all. But all right, let's get into it. First thing, week 8 of the NFL did not disappoint. So I'm going to slide that out there real quick. I ain't even going to talk about it. I'll get to that in just a moment. Let's really get to what everybody's been talking about. And that is this Washington-Chicago game, right? And forget all the, everything that transpired in the first 59 minutes and 54 seconds, of the game or 50 seconds of the game. We talking about right at the end where it counts and what everybody's been talking about in this Hail Mary thrown by Jaden Daniels to win the game, beating the Chicago Bears 18-15. So here's what I'm going to say, about that, right? I watched that game. Obviously, we didn't get the offensive output that we, actually wanted, but it still was an entertaining game, and especially at the end. I don't think anyone's going to, Mo, you might, but I don't think anyone is going to argue that Washington won that game, right? Chicago lost that game. And I'm not trying to take credit away from the Commanders, but Chicago did everything they could possibly do to continue to give Washington a chance. Watching those last 10 seconds, Tony Romo said it himself. And I'm sitting there watching it. He's like, they're playing like 20, 30, 25 yards off the ball. You got to look, all these guys out here can run 4.2s, 4.3s, 4.4s, 4.5, 40s, and all that stuff. So a quick 15 yards, that's nothing, for an NFL wide receiver. And that's exactly what happened with that out that Terry McLaurin caught, and it put Washington in the realm of, we got a chance, right? We got a chance. That was their first mistake. Second mistake, obviously, is on the Hail Mary. They're 50, 60 yards away from it. You only rushed 3 guys. You had 1 guy that was spying. So I don't know why you spying. If anything, you want to invite Jaden Daniels to run, because then it even decreases his chances of scoring. So only rushing 3, that was a big mistake. And obviously at the end, where they tell you to knock it down, and in the position that how you're supposed to play the Hail Mary, they did not execute that. So I'm just saying, with the culmination of all of that, because look, we can even go back late in the fourth quarter when they tried to run the offensive lineman on an HB dive or a fullback dive, and he fumbled the ball. Like, they did everything possible to keep Washington in this game, and it came back in and bit them in the butt. So I say thank you, Washington. Where are my manners? Because you're helping my division out. But thank you. Thank you, Jaden Daniels. Thank you for playing that game. Thank you for toughing it out. Thank you for throwing the Hail Mary to Noah Brown to win that game. Mo, I'm going to bring you in here, and because we're going to talk about a few other things, that happened and transpired in week 8. But you maybe you did disagree with me, because I heard you, saying a little something while I was talking.
No. I agree with you 100%.
Okay.
I agree with you 100%. Yeah. From what I caught of that game, yeah. That was Jaden Daniels' here moment, right?
He probably has locked up Rookie of the Year now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, without a doubt.
I'm gonna stay in that game, but I'm gonna put them together. Get your thoughts on another guy and youngins, man. Let's remember they're youngins, but they're still people that paid to perform. Let's start with Anthony Richardson, right? Did you, Mo? I know you heard about this and saw all of this, and he wasn't patting his weave.
Nah.
So yeah, Anthony Richardson, plain and simple, he tapped out of the game. Said, "I'm tired. I was tired, boss." That's what he said in the press conference of why he tapped out. Obviously, that's not going to go over well. Mo, I will ask you, what was your thoughts just seeing it, hearing it, and then after you had time to think about it, what were you thinking? And I'll give you my thoughts and after that.
When I saw that, my first reaction was, we got us another Andrew Luck moment. Now, I'm not comparing the 2 quarterbacks, but Andrew Luck is, I don't know. I mean, he checked out of the league early. Now, maybe he had maybe he had good reasons, but he really didn't speak on it too much. It was just, I'm done. As an NFL professional football player, listen, most people do this because they love the game. You run into other grown men, 300-pound grown men on purpose, right? As a football player, as a quarterback, you don't get to say, I'm tired. I'm tired, right? I mean, it just made me think about Luck, because, 2 Indianapolis quarterbacks, and both of them just like, you know what, I don't want to do this no more, at least in this moment. And you're not going to be around long like that. Nobody wants you in your locker room with that mentality.
I will say that. I will say I'm going to defend Luck a little bit, is that at least he said, I'm going to do it before the game start, before the season start. He didn't get in there and just say, you know what? Man. Yeah, this is it. This is the moment. And
I'm tired.
I hate to bring it up. Oh man, who was it? Oh man, you know what? I think he passed away, so I'm not even gonna say anything. But there was somebody that retired like mid-game, halftime. They retired at halftime. So
they retired, like officially retired, or just
yeah.
left the game?
Yeah, they at halftime they figured, they said, you know what, this is enough. Like I know, this is not what I should be doing going forward. So here's where I'm at with the Anthony Richardson situation. So you said, Andrew Luck, he quit, but at least Andrew Luck didn't, quit in the game. Maybe he said, I'm done. For Anthony Richardson, and you just said it at the quarterback position, that's a position that you cannot tap out at any point, right? And I think, again, he's young. Obviously, he's young because he went out there and admitted it. Because any vet would have been said something else, would have lied. Let's just be honest; they would have lied, about it. Someone will get in his head. Someone will talk to him, about it. But yeah, he does need to understand the magnitude of the situation that he is in. One, people have spent a lot of capital to put you in this position. You have had your ups and downs, and the team is, still stuck with you, through it. I think probably the biggest thing, more than anything, is that now you're challenged with asking someone to do something that you didn't do. Because if somebody else, said that, then you're gonna be like, whoa, what are you talking about? We're trying to win a game. We're trying to make something happen. The other thing is, you take that break. Let's say Joe Flacco goes in there and he fumbles the ball. Now it really looks bad. Or he throws an interception. It really looks bad. You tapped out for Joe Flacco to go in there and turn over the ball. Or Joe Flacco gets hurt. Now we don't even have a backup because Anthony Richardson himself has not been able to show that he's been able to stay healthy, throughout the season as well. So there's so many things that could have went wrong. It is a learning moment. I need him to, and I think he will. So I'm not going to completely go off on him like some people have, but it is something like where you're at in the position that you're in. That's unacceptable. That right there, you could lose a team, you could lose a locker room, you could lose fans, you could lose a lot of people, because now the question mark comes up is that maybe y'all in a situation, everything getting tight, right? Everything getting tight. Then they just thinking like, is Anthony gonna be there, or is he gonna tap out again, right? You see, he couldn't even control his bowels. I mean, it's I guess his food, not his bowels, but his food. But remember, Donovan McNabb threw up, and everybody gave him a hard time when that came out. And he stayed in the game. But yeah, you got to you got to stay in the game. You got to figure it out. Just say I'm gonna hand the ball off at that point, and then move on. Another guy, Tyrique Stevenson. We were just talking about the Washington game. He made big news for the Bears as well. Mo, I know you saw this. This brother, he was talking to the people in the front row about the after party, I guess. I don't know what. You didn't see that?
No, I missed that.
So let me.
He said, "Okay, I need to." What did he say?
Let me bring you up to date. So,
okay,
they threw the Hail Mary, right?
Right.
On that play, that actual Hail Mary play, Tyrique Stevenson is down in the end zone with his back to the play. They done hiked the ball. He's still talking to people in the audience, and they 4 seconds into the play, and he still got his back to the play. He don't know what's going on. He turns around, you see everybody running, and he's the guy that ran and tipped the ball to Noah Brown. So everybody's been on this dude as well. Another youngin', he's 24 as well. It's like, what did we learn? We learned you play to the end of the game.
It's the new NFL. It's the new NFL, man. It's the new NFL. And let me say this before you move on.
I'm hoping you're wrong. I'm hoping you're wrong, but I know where you're about to go. Go ahead.
I mean, no. I'm gonna back way up. I was gonna try to jump in there earlier. I just wanted to say that, as far as the Andrew Luck thing, I'm not mad at Andrew Luck. You know what I mean? He did what he had to do. He did what he felt like was best for him. So scratch that. Anthony Richardson, I mean, come on, bro. You know, this is the only time you can have that moment. But this guy right here that you talking about, bro, you might not play next week. Am I being dramatic? Am I being a little extreme?
It's a possibility. I don't think they will, but I do think it's a possibility. You know what? I think a fine will, first before suspension. Because look,
You are the coach. What are you doing?
Right. And that's what I'm about to say. The coaches are already on the hot seat right now. So you can't really suspend somebody and then they be like, well, hold on, wait a minute. That whole debacle is on y'all as the coaching staff. So I think a fine will probably find their way to him, but I don't think he'll get suspended. But it is a major blunder, and right now social media is all over it. I mean, it when you go back and you watch it, Mo. I mean, he's sitting there
I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it.
He's running down the field and he's pointing at the crowd and everything. The ball height, he's doing all this to the crowd. Everybody moving around.
Baby,
he still got his back to the play.
What was the score?
Huh?
What was the score in that moment? While he got his back turned, what's the score?
That's the last play of the game. It was what was that? 12? Wait a minute. Yeah, 12 to 15.
Okay.
Bears was up.
And you got your back turned talking about an after party. You hype.
He talking about something. He's like, we finna turn up. We finna.
I'm the head coach. Bro, you sit this one out. Sit this one out. Sit this one out. I'll explain however I need to explain to the powers that be. Bro, no, I'm not letting you suit up on that field after that. At least for the first half.
Yeah. It was
nasty. It is what it is.
Nasty.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta go back and watch that as soon as we get done.
Yeah, he had his whole back.
All right.
Two more things in the NFL, and we'll lay off of them for a little bit. But the Jets, look, I'm going to tell you right now, unless something dramatic happens, this is the last time I'm going to talk about the Jets. I'm not going to talk about the Jets anymore unless something miraculous happens. The game in which this was supposed to be your get right game to tell everybody, hey, this is what we're talking about. This is what we're capable of. This is what we can do. You still found a way to lose that game to the New England Patriots. And I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. They are a talented group. But if you do not execute, if you make mental mistakes, if you make physical mistakes, it does not matter how talented you are. And this is another prime example right here. Now, because everybody was, I think last week they were talking about like, hey, the Jets got some favorable matchups. No, you are the favorable matchup. Everybody's looking to play you now. Oh, we got the Jets. We got a chance. We got a real good chance. That's how everybody's looking at the Jets right now. So I am not talking about them anymore because it doesn't warrant. You're 2-6. You're 2-6. If it was any other team that was 2-6, we wouldn't be talking about them. So I'm not going to be talking about the Jets anymore unless they turn some stuff around and start winning some games. They are 2-6. Last year they were 4-4. I know I didn't, finish up taking probability and statistics in college and all that stuff, but I do know enough that 4-4 is better than 2-6. So I'm done talking about the Jets. Let's talk about the Browns, right? Browns, Ravens. People are shocked, that the Browns won. I'm not shocked that they won. You got Deshaun Watson who went down. We already know teams play inspired ball when someone gets injured or someone gets fired, and everything. But also, you're playing a divisional opponent. The Ravens are. So division opponents are always they're your toughest opponent throughout the season because they know you better than anybody. Cleveland has played them, well before, and you got a gunslinger out there in Jameis Winston, where he is going to throw and throw and throw and throw. the biggest thing is that how many interceptions is Jameis Winston going to throw? If he don't throw any interceptions, hey, you got a problem on your hand with Jameis Winston. And he took some guys that a lot of people don't know in the NFL world and threw for over 300 yards. And Baltimore defense is not what it used to be. They've been giving up on the average of 20. Before that game, they were giving up an average of 22 points a game. So that's on average 22 points a game. So you're putting a lot of pressure on the offense, to perform each and every week when you have that. So I'm not surprised that the Browns won. But and another thing I'm not surprised about, Mo, I'm gonna have you come back because you probably ain't seen this. Did you see Jameis post game interview?
Jameis is my favorite athlete right now. That's my guy,
no,
man.
that's right. You sent it to me.
That's
Never
my
mind.
guy, man. That's my guy. Listen, man. What I say in the message, you ain't getting a bad sound bite from Jameis, man. You're not. And he's genuine. He's not fake with it either, man. That's him. That's who he is. Man. I love this guy, man.
Him. Oh my God.
I love to see him do well, man. That was a big game for him. Big win, man. That was classic Jameis Winston post game, whatever.
It's this white boy up in Detroit. Like, what? Oh my gosh. Hey, when they won that game, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be good right here." I was like, "Do not turn off the TV. Don't turn off the TV." Oh man, yes. So I'm not surprised
when he was talking and how he just looked into the cameras with everything he was after he said everything he was saying. I'm like, man, this guy, man, he gonna have a future after this doing something.
And that's the crazy part. He believes all of it.
Yeah, and it's cool. Listen, man, hey, you heard what he said. Listen, I love the kid. I love him.
You got one shot.
I'm happy for Jameis.
Don't miss your chance to blow up.
He ain't miss it either.
Oh
he ain't leave
God.
Nothing out there.
This mother been in the league for 7 years, and he talking about one chance. You done had plenty of chances, James.
Hey, listen, he got one more.
He got another one.
He may have a Kurt Warner moment, man. Listen, Kurt Warner, he came back and breathed new life into his career. But I'm gonna tell you though, like that game. Now you can easily say maybe they weren't able to game plan for him or whatever. Blase blah. They ain't really watch tape on. They didn't watch no Jameis tape, but. I don't know. You just made a good point though. That defense ain't what it was. So, I mean,
yeah, and they were down there 2 starting corners. So, I mean, I'm saying but that's why I said before that game, they were already giving up 22 points a game average with your corner. So it's like I'm not surprised on that. It just puts more pressure on Lamar. And then also Derrick Henry only ran the ball 11 times. Not saying you got to give it to him 30, but 11? A little bit more than that, get the man out there. He is, I think he's a leading rusher right now in the league. So,
But what were we saying about Cleveland before Deshaun started unraveling? I mean, we weren't saying it wasn't a whole lot of Cleveland is trash either, So I mean, maybe. Let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens for the rest of the season.
It's going to be interesting. All right, let's get off of football, man. Let's talk a little basketball. Mo, don't go anywhere because you coming right back. So, opening week of the NBA, there's 2 teams that I just want to touch base because, I mean, it's still early. They only, everybody at this point, because right now, while we're recording, everybody's only played at the most 3 games. But why not hype it up anyway? So I'm going to start with the Lakers. Your Lakers, Mo, it seems, I'm kind of saying they may run this whole thing through AD finally, because the last 3 games, well, the first 3 games, it was just the last 3 games, over 30 points a game, right? This looked like this might be the recipe that JJ Redick got them out there. Just like, look, we're not running it through LeBron. We're going to run it through AD. AD is going to be 1 and LeBron is going to be 1B. You cool with that? If they do that? As long as he stays, and obviously, let's throw out the stuff about health and all this stuff. Let's just talk about him.
No. You can't do that, JB. Listen,
let's
it's
throw
exciting and it's frightening at the same time. You know why it's exciting? Because JJ Redick actually looks like he can coach, right? It's frightening because history is history. And you running your offense through this kid, do you have a contingency plan? That's all I'm saying.
No.
Exactly.
No.
So I mean,
but let's throw injury out though. I look into the future. I'm looking into my crystal ball right now, and I say, Mo, AD plays 77 games.
I'm gonna say JB.
Yeah.
I'm going to play the Powerball. Tonight. I'm going to play I'm going to get the Powerball ticket. But throw injuries out the window. AD plays 77 games.
Yeah.
I mean, we definitely a playoff team, and we may be one of those teams, and it may be a trap game for anybody we playing, right? I'll go that far. If AD plays 77 games, right?
Playing like he's playing now, though.
Playing like he's playing now.
Yeah.
Once upon a time, we said AD was the best big man in the league, right?
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
LeBron James, with all of that basketball IQ that he has.
Yes.
What happens when you combine those two and it's working? Everybody else kind of steps up a little bit. Everybody buys into it, and role players look like stars every other night, right?
Yes.
We got the role players that can look like great stars. It's a dangerous team. It's a dangerous team, right?
I will give you that. And it all hinges on AD.
What I won't, and it does. What I won't do is jump out the window and say we finna win a ring. I can't do that right now.
Yeah, I'm not asking you to do that.
I can't do that right now. But playoff team,
But you're
possible
confident.
First round victory. Yeah.
Okay.
See how I'm being reasonable?
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Yeah.
That is reasonable.
Terrified,
unlike some other Laker fans, but that's reasonable. It's a lot, because it's just a lot of competition out there too. You got to be honest, about that as well. And that competition is on the Eastern Conference as well, making it look easy. But the Boston Celtics, right? Boston is 3-0 at this point. They look like they are fresh on. They kind of look like they didn't win last year, and they got something to prove.
They look like how they supposed to look. They look like Jason Tatum is saying, "Listen, y'all ain't finna call this a fluke." That's how they look.
Right.
And I love it.
And now that I think about it, they look like I'm going to prove to you that we didn't benefit off of all those injuries. I think that's their motivation this year, is that to prove to everybody, show to everybody. And Porzingis is still not playing yet, so when they get him back, that's going to be even better for them. So Boston, can I see them back in the finals? Yeah, obviously. They made light work out of New York. I don't know if they were sending a message to them boys like, you're not there yet. Y'all can play, but you're not there yet. And they had their squad, so that's the other thing that I noticed, with that. So Boston is don't look like they're gonna be taking a step back to anybody.
I think it's theirs to lose. I really do. I feel like they got the makeup that, you know what, we're not letting off the gas.
I would agree on that, because coming out, even when they went to the finals the first time, still coming into that next year, I don't think people just was like, oh, let's just go ahead and put Boston, back into the finals and everything. Some people did, but the way the Eastern Conference been going with, Miami, getting there 1 year as well, and a couple other teams. But yeah, I think this year it could be like, I'm not going to write it in ink, but maybe I'm putting away the pencil pretty soon though, because
they go where Jason Tatum take them. If he for real, if he dead serious, if he really got that chip on his shoulder, man, watch out. they're gonna be a problem.
Okay. Oh, it's so funny you mentioned problem. That moves us into our next topic. He's a problem, ladies and gentlemen, and that's for the NCAA, and that is Coach Prime, right? Coach Prime has gotten his team, gotten his boys, gotten his, his crew bowl eligible, right? The Colorado Buffaloes are bowl eligible at this point. Sitting at, I think, 6-2. If I remember correctly, they just beat Cincinnati this past weekend. Stephen A. Smith has been on the record. He said it last week, but he said it again this week as well, is that Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, should be Coach of the Year. And I think definitely a candidate. I think as we get closer, I'll figure out who should be that, or who I would pick. But definitely he should be in the mix. Definitely should be one of the front runners. Definitely should be in a small group when it comes to favorites to win. Because when you look at this Colorado team, now remember, before he got there, they were 1-11. He came in there, totally revamped the whole squad, right? We already know that. They come in, they beat a ranked TCU team that nobody thought that they could beat. Now, they ran into some stuff last year where they finished 4-8, and everybody was like, see, this is what we're talking about. Deion said, just give us some time. We're putting some stuff together. Now we're sitting here watching them at 6-2, and they're a ranked team. And here's what I'm saying about this as well, as far as like what goes into I think why Stephen A. Smith is saying that he should be Coach of the Year. Partly of it is that, let's just be honest. College football put Deion in a situation in hopes of him failing. The man can recruit out the wazoo. We already know that. So if he went to some big name school, Florida State, Alabama, and I'm just Michigan, I'm just saying a big name school, powerhouse school, and him being able to recruit, people didn't want to see that. So they gonna, hey, send him out to Colorado. Maybe, let him go out there. He go out there, have success, have even more success, this year, right? This team seems to be coming together better. I don't want to talk about next year and all that stuff, about after Shadur leave and Travis leave and all that stuff. We're talking about this year. If it was any other coach who did what Deion did, coming from Jackson State, because they didn't believe then, going to Colorado or a school at the level of Colorado, and turn them around, and halfway in the season, you already got them bowl eligible. Oh, there would be a parade going on. So everybody need to give the same energy that they gave hating on Deion. They got to give the same energy, just giving them credit where credit is due. We talked about it me, you, Mo, and Nino, and Fish. We talked about it last year. We said it's just going to take some time. Just got to give them some time. And if you give them some time, you can see things turn around. And right now, we're seeing things turn around.
Okay, let me ask you a question. So, do we got a conspiracy theory situation going on right here? You said the NCAA put them in the situation.
I think they put him in a situation because it was like to fail. Because this guy, what's one of the main things you have to do in college football? Because in pros, it's your record, and that determines where you're drafting and all this stuff, and then how much money you're gonna pay somebody and all that stuff. In college, one of the main things you have to do is recruit. You have to be able to sell yourself. Who can sell themselves more than Deion? He's an aura. He steps into the room. Huh?
I feel like he's doing that. But he took the job. If you're referring to him being in Colorado is making it more difficult than him being in a Florida State. Maybe I misunderstood what you said.
Yeah, that's Florida State had an opportunity to hire him. They didn't want to. Why?
Right.
Why? The guy went to your school. The guy made your school relevant. The guy is beloved by the city of Tallahassee.
Right.
The
So
guy
two
is,
questions.
huh?
Two questions.
Yeah.
Do you think it was a mistake for him to take that job at Colorado?
No, I don't think it
Okay.
was a mistake. I just think it was more of a challenge than because I think him coming from Jackson State, people downplayed that as well. Jackson State, I don't care. I don't care
Mm-hmm.
what level that they play on. Pop Warner, JV, varsity, high school. I don't care. Before he got there, Jackson State was not as good as they were after he left.
Absolutely. So second question. Second question.
Mhm.
If based on his performance with Colorado, Florida State decides to knock on his door or pick up the phone and call him, if you're Dion, are you taking that job knowing that they turned you down the first time?
Probably not now. No,
Mm-mm. Nah.
not now. Because what he put in place or what he started, I think he still got some things that he wants to finish. Now, if it's another school, like let's say, and I'm not wishing this on DeBoer or anything like that, but you know how Alabama is. If they go one and done with
Yeah.
DeBoer,
Yeah.
I'm not. I think it's something he would consider. I don't know if he would go to Alabama as well because look, let's just be honest. If he's down there in Alabama, they're gonna be acting a certain type of way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
No doubt.
so um that's
I
what I'm
agree.
saying. I don't think it would be Alabama. It would have to be, some other big time SEC school or something like that. I think somebody had mentioned Texas A&M.
Mm.
Um, but they're like 7-1 right now. So if they were like a bad team. I think Texas A&M was a team that he wanted to pursue, if I remember correctly. But I'm just saying, like, this dude has shown, hey, he turned the program around. Now he's turning another program around. And you got to give him credit. You got to give him credit. You may not like some of the things he say. I haven't agreed with all the stuff that Deion has said, but at the end of the day, he's turned the program around. Colorado is relevant again. And see, that's the crazy part is
Mm-hmm.
that there's people that can't remember when Colorado was relevant. I was around for the Charles Johnsons and the Cordell Stewarts and the Eric Bieniemys and
Yeah.
Rashawn Salams and all of them, where they were relevant. They top five
Mm-hmm.
teams, in Colorado, and he got them relevant again. And I expect it to get even better. But I
I'm gonna
just think
never
it's the
not
way.
root for him.
I think it's the
I
way
love him in the black and
he
gold.
did.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying. I just think this is by the way he does it. He didn't do it the I don't want to say traditional way, but he did it his own way. And sometimes with that, when someone comes in and they're a little bit of a disruptor, uh, people don't like that. Even though it's good, even though it's fair, even though it's
Mhm.
nothing wrong with it. It's just you're disrupting what we've been accustomed to how we operate. And I think that's also a little bit, of it as well with Dion. I think he's a little bit of a disruptor to the industry, and people don't like that.
Mm-hmm. I love Deion in the black and gold, man. If he stay in Colorado, but it's only two destinations if he were to leave: Florida State and Mike McCarthy's job. That's it.
Cowboys?
That's it.
No,
Cowboys.
he's not going to the Cowboys. He's not.
That's another podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
I
We'll
think it
talk about.
happened at some point, but
Yeah. We'll talk about that. All right, all right. But yeah, congratulations to them being bowl eligible. Hopefully they keep, winning and we see them in a, really good bowl game and see what Colorado is made out of. And then they starting to get recruits. Starting to get recruits, and that's where it's at. That's where it's at. All right. Also where it's at, my top 5, right? NFL. I haven't done this all season long. It was on purpose because I wanted to get a good sample size. So I think 8 weeks is good enough to start talking about my top 5 NFL teams. Now, I'm going to give you a disclaimer. These top 5s are as of before Pittsburgh playing the Giants. Even though I know people will be like, yeah, Pittsburgh's going to win that game, but it's not official. So I'm just giving you a disclaimer that that's what these are. So that's why if you're not going to hear Pittsburgh in here because they haven't played that game yet when we recorded this. So, but there's always next week, right? So here we go. My top 5 when it comes to top 5 NFL teams in the NFL. And I'm going to start with the Texans, right? The Houston Texans, they sitting at 6-2. They got their issues and everything. But look, you lose your number 1 wide receiver in Nico Collins, and you still are able to win games. You got challenges on the offensive line. CJ Stroud is overcoming those challenges, and then your defense, not always up, but not always down. But they're somewhere around there in the middle. So I'm going to say the Texans at number 5 right now. And again, next week this could be different. Number 4, it hurts me to say, but I gotta give credit where credit is due, and they're 6-2 as well. That's the Green Bay Packers, right? They got a replacement for Aaron Jones and Josh Jacobs. Jordan Love, even though he got injured, Jordan Love is real deal, and you got that crew of wide receivers, and you got Kraft in the defense. They're not too shabby themselves, and they're going out here and they're winning games as well. I think if I remember correctly, Jordan Love was out a game or two, and Malik Willis stepped in, a guy that struggled in Tennessee, but he was able to win games for them. So you got to give credit where credit is due. I got Packers at number 4. Number 3 on this list, I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills, right? They're also sitting at 6-2. The Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen, I think with this addition with Amari Cooper, we saw it on the first game. Amari got to the end zone. The second one against the Seattle Seahawks, I think it just takes them and puts them in another tier, if you will, to have that. I was talking about it, to have that number 1 receiver, and it's going to help out a young guy in Keon Coleman, which is one of my favorite players to keep an eye on because he's funny. But it's going to help because now he's not that number 1, guy that doesn't know how to deal with being the number 1 wide receiver in the NFL yet. Amari Cooper is going to help him out with that. So I got the Buffalo Bills at number 3. Number two. Who do you think I got at number 2? Mo, you know who I got. I got my Detroit Lions. Right now, they're sitting at 6-1. 2 games without Aiden Hutchinson. They beat the undefeated Vikings team, and then they just mollywopped the Titans this past weekend, which by pure luck, I'm just letting people know, they were the number 1 defense, and they put up 52 points. Now, some of it was on special teams as well, but they put up 52 points on the Tennessee Titans, right? Jared Goff threw for 85 yards and 3 touchdowns. I don't know how you throw for 85 yards and you get 3 touchdowns on it, but Detroit has been able to, at least right now, overcome the loss of Aiden Hutchinson. The offense has continued to put up points. They're putting up 30 plus points, 40 plus points, and now we just seen 50. So they are a dangerous offensive weapon. And Jameson Williamson was not there. J-Mo was not there as well. So they do got a task against the Packers next week. But as of right now, I got the Lions at 6-1. And last but not least, number 1 is going to be Kansas City Chiefs. I don't think that is a surprise to anyone. They're undefeated, still undefeated at 7-0. They are led by their defense. They're winning on defense. And here's what I'm going to say, with the Kansas City Chiefs is that, you know what? It's like whatever works, right? We're not going to try and reinvent. We're not going to try and get Pat 400 yards just so Pat Mahomes can be Pat Mahomes. Nah. How are we winning? We winning playing good, excellent defense. And then when we need plays, we get those plays when we want. We don't shoot ourselves in the foot. We don't make, more mistakes than the other team. And when we need it, Pat gives it to us, right? So, and they're undefeated, and they're defending champ. So I got to give them credit on it. And they got to be number 1, at least right now. So recap: Texans, number 5, Packers, number 4, Bills, 3, my Lions, 2, and the Kansas City Chiefs, the defending Super Bowl champions, at 1 after 8 weeks. Now, that could change next week, and I'll be talking about some other ones. You see them right there: Houston, Green Bay, Buffalo, Detroit, and the Kansas City Chiefs, right? Those are my 5. I need the Lions to stay up there, but If you got a problem with it, put it in the comment section, man. Tell me who your top 5 is, and we can debate. I'm not gonna say argue, but we can debate on it. Mo, you got a problem with my top 5?
I like your top 5, man.
Okay.
I actually like it.
All
I
right, I
actually like it.
appreciate it.
Now, and I'm gonna say this because I thought when you talked about this, I thought that you were gonna kind of jump out the window like a lot of people, and I'm gonna see a list with the Commanders on it somewhere. I like the Commanders, and I'm pretty sure you thought about it. Am I
I
right?
did. It
But
was it
I
was
like that
tough.
Green Bay pick.
It was tough because I wanted I had the Commanders in there. I had Philly in there as well. Um,
I
it
don't
was
trust
tough.
Philly yet.
And I couldn't put the Ravens in there because they just lost. If they I think if they had won that game,
Terrible
they
loss.
they would have been in there. But yeah, it's tight right now. You got a lot of really good teams right now playing. So that's what I said. Next week it could be totally different in who these top 5 teams are. But
Yeah, playoffs gonna be fun to watch, man.
it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. All right, so I got one last thing I want to talk about, and Mo, come on back, bro. You don't know nothing about this, but I'm just at the beginning I told you I'm done. I'm done. I'm not
Okay.
doing it no more. And I'm not talking about the Jets. I'm not doing it no more, Mo. I'm not. What am I not doing? Statues, bro. I'm
Oh
not.
God.
I'm not watching these statue reveals no more. No more. No more. And 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 I've just accepted the fact that whoever's creating these statues, it's in good faith.
Ain't no way.
They mean well,
Ain't no way.
but ain't no way you gonna try and pass off a lot of these brothers that they putting on these statues and
Ain't no
say that's
way.
them. No. So we just saw the D Wade one. D Wade talking about he ain't got no problem with it. Hey, if D Wade ain't got no problem with it, then fine. We I guess we should be good because
What
it's
else he
his
gonna
statue.
say?
Is that it's well, I'm just saying
What?
it's his statue. It's his statue. So, but then if he's lying, then we need to lie with him. That's what I'm just saying. We need to be liars
Nah,
too.
bro.
But I'm not watching these statue reveals no more because it's just getting out of pocket. I don't know who they have doing these statue reveals. Maybe, and I'm just like the people who do the buses for the Hall of
NFL.
Fame, NFL
Yeah.
Hall of Fame, like they not available. I mean, or I'm just saying, like I was looking at it and you know what it looked like? You know how when someone takes a picture of you and the picture catch you at the wrong frame and
Mm-hmm.
that's what the
Yeah.
statue looked like. It looked like someone took a picture of D Wade when he was talking about this my house and they called him at the wrong frame and that was the only picture they had and they said work with that one. Do that one. Do that one.
You
Take
got
that one and make the statue.
when you think about statues, right? Because statues that's different from a bust, right? A
Yeah,
statue
you're
is
right.
supposed to immortalize you, right? Chances
Yeah.
are it's going out in front of the stadium or whatever,
Yeah.
or however you decide to set it up. You
Yes.
typically want to think about that iconic moment, right?
Yes.
Like you got Jordan
Jordan.
with
Yes.
the yeah, right? The hang time
Dominating
Jordan.
down here in
You know what
Atlanta.
I'm saying? You know, you got Shaq with the dunk.
Yeah.
I'm off the top of my head, I can't think of a Dwyane Wade moment, but out of all the moments that he's had in his Hall of Fame career, what is he, 4-time champion,
3.
3-time champion? You
Mhm.
could have came up. He looked like Larry Fishburne in that. I don't know if you. I mean, like straight up, he looked like Thanos almost. Like, come on, man.
Oh, not you said Larry Fishburne because he changed the name to Lawrence. So you talking about Larry from Boys in the Hood, Fishburne?
I mean, yeah. I mean, look at the statue, bro. Come on, man. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. 3 of my
I think
favorite players, you butchered their statues. I mean, I ain't really said much about the Kobe statue, but they butchered it. Allen
this is
Iverson. I'm like, come on, man. Allen Iverson, yeah, I get it. That's how they do all those statues over there. But it's Allen Iverson, man. You got to give him something. He got to stand out, right? Ain't nobody from the
this is
past, huh?
no, I was saying this is my house was one of D Wade's. Him
Yep.
dunking on Virgil. That's another one. They could have did the one where he did like that when he threw the oop to LeBron and he was just
Yeah.
I mean,
It's too many of them, man. I'm like, watch the tape. Go back and watch the film. I mean, get somebody to do some consulting or whatever. Like if you doing these statues, that's your job. You don't watch sports, you don't watch basketball. But get with somebody who like, listen, this is what we need. This is what we're trying to capture. Right? Because you only get to do this once.
I think they kind of messed up Barry Sanders. I think they did. I mean, shoot, they even I think they got on the Martin Luther King one up in DC.
Yeah. Hey, come on, man.
So I'm just when they say a statue reveal, I'm just gonna turn the channel, bro.
I get it, man. You're not gonna be as iconic as the Heisman Trophy, right? That's just one of a kind right there. But
get close.
Try. At least try. At least try.
Yeah.
They just gave him that job last week. Like, listen, oh yeah, we're gonna put a Dwyane Wade statue out here. Can you get this done by Friday? That's what it looked like. That's what it looked like. And they pulled it off.
Oh man.
I'm with you. I'm done.
Yeah. I'm not doing statues no more. All right.
Yeah.
But what we are
doing
doing
LeBron like that.
Yeah, what we are doing is another show next week. So make sure you tune in next week. We'll be talking about sports and more. Like again, like, share, and look out for that Wait a Minute show toy drive. It'll be out and about November 1st. So I'm gonna get out of here. Your man Jelani, JB, Bodie, Big Mo, running things in the background. Two things as always, everybody. Stay positive and push forward. And I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.